A woman reaches a certain age when either somebody says to her or her inner critic says, at your age, you wouldn't, you shouldn't, you can't. Well, here at a certain age, we celebrate those women who will, who can, and who do amazing things. Hi, I'm your host, Lee Hayes, and today my guest is Jody Bauer. She is the founder and owner of Jody Fit, a boutique fitness studio right in Branford, Connecticut, where she helps women get a jump start on health and fitness. Oh, and by the way, Jody is also she was a semifinalist for the 2019 Sports Illustrated swimsuit model search. Welcome, Jody.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, it is so great to have you. You've done such amazing and fearless things. I think that's the word I want to use for you. You are fearless. You just do it over and over again. But how did you get your start? Because even though your fearlessness started a little later, and we'll get to that.
Yes.
Where'd you start in fitness?
You know, fitness has always been a part of my life. I've been moving since I was able to walk. So I danced for 15 years, and then I was a cheerleader, and then I rode crew for a little while, and then I started lifting weights when I was in college. Tried getting back to dance. It didn't really work out that well for me. And I found a love of lifting weights. Back then, it was Gloria Stevens was the only gym really available. So I would say I've been working out for about 40 years. Yeah, lifting, moving, working out for 40 years.
That's great. So it's not a new thing. You did it all, and you did it before it was cool for women.
Yeah,
there were no women's gyms then, really, or very few.
Gloria Stevens.
That was it.
That's what I found, and I went there and I took a class and started lifting weights, and I realized, wow, this is really powerful, like mind, body, and soul. And people didn't use that word back then, mind, body, and soul. But I felt it, like I felt empowered. I felt so strong, and I loved it. I never wanted to stop.
And you kept doing it all your life, but now I know when you got into midlife, you got to re-energize, but when most people go down, you came up.
Well, working out continued to be a part of my life, even after I have 2 grown daughters, 26 and 30, and worked out until I could while I was pregnant with them, and then got right back into it, and I gained a lot of weight with both of them. But after I had my second daughter in '93, I said, I'm going to get into the best shape of my life, and I did. And then I got divorced, and then I said, it's really time to kill it. And that's when I really decided to make my bucket list and be the best woman I could be to show my daughters as a positive role model. This is what a woman should be. You have to be your own individual self, and you need to be strong and fearless.
And your fearlessness continued. Tell me your story, and I know your daughters were involved in this. How did you get involved?
Yes.
With Sports Illustrated? And I usually don't actually say the woman's age, but here it's really important. How old are you?
I am 58. I'm 58. I'll be 59 in December. So, yeah.
All right. Are you kidding me? Really? You're 58. Okay.
You're very sweet.
Here she is, 58. How'd you get involved with Sports Illustrated? Usually they're looking for 20.
Right. So my daughter, who is a publicist, told me that Sports Illustrated is doing an open casting call. So all ages. So prior to that, I had competed in fitness shows. I am a 2-time world champion. I did that at the age of 49. That was on my bucket list. That gave me a lot of confidence. I opened up my own studio after that. And my daughter said, Mom, you should really do this because they don't have anybody your age in Sports Illustrated who wasn't a famous model. So I put myself out there. I had everything to gain and nothing to lose. Never thought about my age. Just said, let's do it. Let's be the voice for women of a certain age, women over 55.
That's
so
amazing.
I did that, and I made it out of 5,000 women, made it to the top 60.
All right. Well, so tell me a little bit about the story, because it is, you don't just send a picture in and you're done. You have to show up. You have to show up.
It was a little crazy. You first had to throw out a 1-minute video that you had to submit on Instagram. And then they decided if you made it to the second round. I was hoping that I would make it to the second round. I did not. Mm-hmm. So the next step was open casting call in Miami. Luckily, my other daughter lives in Miami. And I kept saying, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I'm done. I'm done. And my youngest daughter, who was the one who suggested I do this, said, who are you? Put on your big girl pants and get down to Florida. And so I said, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll do that. And I did that, and I got in line at 5 o'clock in the morning and stood in line in the rain with a bunch of much, much younger women. And before I filled out the application that I was going to compete to be included in the Sports Illustrated issue, the swim issue, I received a text message from the producer of Strahan and Sarah saying they wanted to do a show on me. And I thought, how does anybody even know that I'm here? Like, nobody knows except my daughters and my husband, nobody knows. So, and from there, it became worldwide news. And I made it to the second round. So out of 5,000 women, I made it to 60. And then from there, they picked 17. And I didn't make it to the top 17.
But you're basically a 1%er. I mean, from 5,000 to 60 is just over 1%, right?
Yes.
So that's amazing.
Was so proud of it. I am, and apparently my message really resonated with so many women, and it has changed my life. I feel like a different woman because of that situation. So many women wanted to hear a voice from an older woman. They wanted to see that. And I was so happy I did that because I really never thought of my age as anything that defined me. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, it was, well, I'm just going to go out and do more because of my age. Because I didn't want it to ever stop me. And I wanted to show my daughters, never, ever, ever let anything, your age or your gender or anything, ever define who you are or what you could do.
And I think it sounds like the media agreed. So when you did Sports Illustrated, I think if you were a 20-something, right, and you did Sports Illustrated, they'd say, oh, you're pretty, that's nice.
Yeah.
But when you go in there at 58, they went, wow. And I know the whole world said, wow. The first time I saw you was on Australian media. So what are some of the media coverage you had? Because you said they found you.
Okay, so the first one was Good Morning America, and then with Strahan and Sarah. And I went and did that show the following Wednesday. They said, we don't care where you end up, we just want you, we love your story. And I thought, what story? I'm just like this mom who owns a fitness studio in Branford, Connecticut.
Who's fearless.
Who's fearless. But you don't think of I never thought of myself that way. I just thought of it, I'm just doing what feels right to me. And that's what I want to tell so many women is just do what your gut tells you to do. Don't listen, because if I listened to everybody who told me not to do what I wanted to do, I would be doing nothing. And so what happened was, it was just crazy. The media kept coming in. People were contacting me, Inside Edition, like I said, Good Morning America. And then we get a call from a reporter from the New York Post who must have seen my picture come across his ticker tape. I don't even know how that whole thing works. And wanted a picture of me. So I'm with my daughter, who is in the media business, and she's like, Mom, get me a picture, get me a picture. We're back. I've done my interview with one of the models already, and I'm waiting to hear if I make it to the next step. And she's like, how's this picture? I said, okay, great. Okay, so fast forward, I get the call, I make it to the top 60. I'm over the moon, excited. I can't even believe this. This is crazy. I can't believe it. And my daughter and her fiance, she's now married, she got married last week, says to me, Jode, and I said, what? What could it be? What? Yeah. I'm filling out the application again to go to compete in the next step. And he holds up his phone, and this is what he showed me, was that I was on the cover of the New York Post. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is crazy. This is crazy. On the New York Post.
So they didn't, it's not like they called and they said, by the way, we'd like to put your picture. You just looked down and there you are.
They said they wanted some information, but basically they got the information from the original press release.
So you had no idea it was going to be on the cover.
I didn't know I was going to be on the cover.
And I noticed that the big girl panties you put on was a string bikini.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So I was like, what? what? It was just a whirlwind. It was just crazy. And my daughters kept telling me, Mom, this network picked you up. You're in Germany, you're in Australia, you're here, you're there, and Instagram. And it was just crazy. And I was so proud that I had done this, but I didn't know the impact that I was having until so many media places picked it up. I realized, wow, I'm really having an impact on women over 55. And it made me feel so good that my voice was being heard, and that I was showing my daughters again,
you can do it.
You can do it. Like, don't let anything stop you from doing what you want to do.
But the post didn't stop there.
Oh, no. So the post did not stop there.
All right, so where'd they go from there? So you were on the cover, and then they said, send more, right?
So what happened was, apparently the article got a lot of clicks. So it goes online. You can tell I'm older. Because I say clicks, I don't know where everything goes. So it got a lot of clicks, it got a lot of likes. Everybody liked the story. And so the editor-in-chief asked that I do a Sunday spread. I didn't even know what a Sunday spread was, but I had my own stylist. I tried on I wore 4 different suits, and
they did a spread.
They did a spread, August 4th. Here I am in 2 of the bikini shots. They do not edit any of their pictures. I'm like, please, could you edit some things? No. And
no, you don't need any editing.
Oh,
like, this
sweet.
is phenomenal for 25. Forget about
Thank you.
58.
And my daughter's over here. They're in there, so they got to be in the New York Post with me. And then if you went online, there are a few more pictures of me. But this was crazy. And then the editor, the person who writes the story, told me that it did very well also. So it was just amazing. It was just very amazing. And then I was contacted by German TV. They wanted to do a story on me. They came and stayed with me for 2 days and did a complete, it's called Explosive is the name of the show.
Wow.
Yes. And so that was really exciting.
So they came here. You didn't have to go to Germany?
I did not have to go to Germany. No.
Too bad, but okay.
No, I know. They came here, and they wanted to take me out onto the Branford Green and ask people how old they thought I was. And I said, are you serious? Do you really want to do that?
Yeah.
And so they said, yes, we think it would be really, really fun. So we went out to the green, and they said, so how old do you think this woman is? Nobody guessed my age.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
But I've always been very honest about my age, and it's something I've always shared as something to be inspirational and motivational, because I don't believe in excuses. I mean, there are some people, obviously, that have some physical or mental issues that will hold them back from reaching certain goals, and I understand that. But for the women that come to my studio that say, I want to get in shape, or the women that come to me, I don't believe that you should rely on your excuses. And my age, I mean, I've lost a parent, I've been divorced, I've raised my children. I started competing in fitness shows at 47 years old. I just don't believe that,
age doesn't define you.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Maybe
never
it opens
has.
more doors. I think, you talk about being fearless, and it's scarier to be fearless when you're in your 20s. But I think as you get older, you go, you know what? Why not? I've got to work harder at it.
Right.
I imagine it's harder to be in shape.
I think, yes. I think that when you're in your 20s, you don't think about your age as anything that defines you. And then as you get older, you have more, I think it's perspective. Mm-hmm. So as we get older, we hopefully have become wiser, and so we gain perspective. And I think that's where it gets scary for women who are of a certain age. They have that wisdom, they have that perspective, and they go, wait, no, I can't do this. So I encourage everybody to embrace your fears and let your fear be your friend, because that's the only way you're going to get there. That's the only way you're going to get to the other side. And you don't know what's there yet. That was the cool thing about this whole Sports Illustrated, is that I didn't know what was on the other side. And I didn't want to go. I got scared.
But your daughters told you to leap?
They told me.
And you took the leap.
Right. They're like, what have you told us our whole life? Like, who are you? Like, go.
Do it. And now you help other women
Yes.
do the same. Not be on Sports Illustrated, but feel better, get a jump start.
Right.
So how did you start your boutique, your boutique studio, actually?
I started it the same way I start everything. I woke up one morning and I said, I need to do this. So I was working at another gym. I was not great at working for other people. I like to blaze my own trail. Is that a word? Yes, blaze my own trail. And I just said, you know what, I could do more by embracing these women myself and having them in an environment that is uplifting, that's energizing, yet nurturing. Because that's the way I am. I'm nurturing, but I'm also tough love. And if I'm in another person's gym, I can't do that. I have to have my own thing. So it was just really, I woke up one morning, like I do, and I go, I'm going to open up my own studio. And I did it. And I did it. And I just said, I'm going to do it. And
Another leap of courage.
yes. But again, I didn't think, I thought, I don't think about it. I just thought, I'm going to do this because this feels right in my gut.
And now how long have you had a studio?
10 years.
10 years,
10
okay.
years.
And I know it's primarily women, but it's not actually a woman's fitness studio. You said
Right.
you can have men as well. It's
Yes,
just,
men are welcome if they dare.
if they can keep up.
If they can keep up with us, they are more than welcome to come. And I have one-on-one personal training, we have nutrition, we have small group fitness classes. And I'm very, very proud of the Les Mills classes that we have. They're body pump, which is full body workouts. You hit every body part. This is a world-class workout. This is worldwide. You can go to Germany and take the same class we're teaching in Brantford, which is so cool. Same thing, I have CX Works, which is for the core. So I believe very strongly you have to have a strong core, you need to lift weights, and that is how you grow old gracefully.
Okay, so tell me about your overarching themes. You're saying you need to have a strong core, you need to lift weights, but I think you talk about jumpstart. Tell me a little bit about what is jumpstart.
So jump-starting your metabolism has everything to do with losing weight, changing the way you feel in your body, gaining weight, healthy aging. So food is 80% of the equation. The other 10% is your workouts, the other 10% is your genetic makeup. So by jump-starting your metabolism, you're raising your metabolic rate. You do that with food and exercise. So a jump start is to just change your mindset up, change everything about your life. You've got to make a lifestyle change if you want to feel different in your body. It's not one thing or another. So over the summer, because I had so many people asking me, what do you eat? What do you do? How do you stay in shape? Like, what do you do? And I was answering the same question all the time. And I said, okay, Jody, you've been procrastinating doing this for 10 years now. It's time to come up with a meal plan. So I came up with a meal plan that I've been putting off. It's called the Jody Fit Jumpstart Meal Plan. And this is what it looks like. It has a different title because I changed it because I get to change my mind.
You're allowed.
And in it, you have food choices, you have meal ideas, and you have a 21-day journal. So the 21-day journal has inspirational thoughts in it, and every single thing in this meal plan is going to help you jumpstart your way to a healthier you, whatever your goals are.
So now, why is journaling important? You mentioned you need to have a 21-day journal. What does that tell you?
The journaling is so important based on your thoughts, what you're eating, because we forget. Mm-hmm. You know, even the 20-somethings forget. If you go back and you look 5 days ago, what did I eat? I don't remember. Why am I feeling this way? Why do I feel sluggish? Why do I feel tired? Why do I feel a lack of energy? Oh, I'll go back and I'll look to see what I ate. Oh, well, maybe I only ate one meal that day. So every time you eat, you raise your metabolism. Every time you work out, you raise your metabolism. So it's important to eat every 3 to 4 hours before you actually get hungry. So by writing down and journaling what you're eating, you could go back and look. And you could start changing your habits. So it takes at least 21 days to start to change a habit. You can't change a habit in 21 days. You begin to change a habit in 21 days by being consistent, by being consistently writing down your thoughts, what you're eating. So you can go back and you can say, oh, okay, this is what I still need to change. Consistency is key. Staying committed is key.
And where do you start? So you need to have the journal and all that. Say you are a middle-aged woman who's spending most of her time on the couch and she's going, you know what? I need to make a change. Where do you start? I mean, I know you have the meals, you have the exercise and all that, but I think it can be a little overwhelming sometimes to say, all right, I need an exercise plan, I need to change my diet.
It is.
Where do you, what's day one? Where do you start?
I'm so glad you mentioned that because it is so overwhelming. There's so much information out there and nobody knows where to go. And the first thing you need to do is start by looking for a personal trainer or an accountability coach, which I am. Somebody who's going to hold you accountable, somebody who's going to keep you safe and teach you. You want to learn. So the most important thing is to be safe and then to learn from somebody who has a lot of experience. And that's where you start. You start by asking people, hey, you look good, what do you do?
What do you do? Yeah.
Who do you talk to? And reading information about people also. But I've been in the fitness industry for 30 years. So I have obviously a lot of knowledge, and I've always kept my clients safe and taught them because my goal is to teach them and then let them fly into the world like we do with our children. I treat my clients like they're my children, not little kids. But you come to me for help, I give you the tools to learn. So I'm going to teach you how to fish. I'm not going to fish for you.
All right. And what can we do at home? So before, because a lot of, we're coming up on New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
They're right around the corner. Before, if somebody says, all right, I'm not going to commit to a boutique yet. I just want to see if I can start. Where should they start at home? Are there little moves you can do at home? Is there a small diet tweak, something that I can live with? Like, what would be your first recommendation if you said, all right, you need to change your diet. Here's the one thing you should start with. What should I do at home?
So the first thing you need to start doing is writing down what you're eating. Okay, write down what you're eating. There are 3 M's. There's mindfulness, movement, and mindset. So when you wake up in the morning, I'll get to that answer. You wake up in the morning and think about, how do you feel? Write it down. Do you feel happy? Do you feel sad? Do you feel tired? Do you feel motivated? Write down how you feel. This is where the journaling comes in, okay? And then get up and move. Move for 30 seconds. Just do some jumping jacks. Do a plank. So basic moves. So this is where a personal trainer comes in because you want to be safe. If you start squatting, you may not be squatting correctly. You may not be lunging correctly. Those are basic moves. So when I say move, just, reach up, reach to the side, move your arms around, just do little circles. Just do something for 30 seconds so you get the blood flowing in your body. And then think about what your mindset's going to be for the rest of the day. And write that down also. Again, start keeping a journal. Mindfulness, mindset, movement. Okay, I moved for 30 seconds and I couldn't do anything more today. And that's where you should really start. How does your body feel? And then you might say, you know what? I don't know where to go from here. And that's when you need to look into getting a coach, getting a mentor.
Awesome. And now, so you've done all these programs. We're going to get women started. What's next for you? You've done so many things already. You're always fearless. So I know you're going to be jumping into a new project. What's the next project?
I am going to be jumping. I'm going to be jumping out of the box. I'm going to be coloring outside of the lines. I want to keep helping women. And hopefully the meal plan is going to help a lot of women. But I also want to come out, I'm working on it right now, a workout plan. So basic moves like you're talking about, where do I start? So jumpstart your workout. And I'll give you workouts you can do at home. so you can do them safely, so people understand the mechanics behind the workout. There will be pictures, there will be things to follow, and understanding the science behind how you need to move and how you need to move correctly, and then jumpstart your living, how to jumpstart, how to live again. So that has to do with your mindfulness. And then I'm also working on a podcast about talking to women who are fearless warriors, and so we can inspire and motivate other women of every age.
Fantastic. And I know you said something, it's just coming into the works, you're going to be doing a book, but...
Yes. Oh, I have so much, I have so much to say. I'm very excited. I don't know where it's going to start. It's going to start with me writing, and that's what I have to start doing, is just writing. And I'm very excited to share my stories with the world, and I hope to help so many women. That is really my goal, and to help women feel the strength that they have from within. And I hope I do that at my studio. The women that come there are just amazing, and I see them changing right in front of me, and that's what I want to do. I want to spread that love. I want to spread that knowledge so more and more women could embrace who they are and live the fullest life that they can.
Fantastic. And I was just talking about New Year's resolutions. Do you have a New Year's resolution?
I always have New Year's resolutions.
What is yours? I just want to know.
Honestly, to help more people. It really is to help more people. For me, myself, it's to journal more. You know, mindfulness is to journal more and be more aware of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it.
And I guess to keep expanding, right? So you have the boutique fitness studio.
I have the studio.
You're going to be training through podcasting.
Yes.
You have the meal plan.
The workout plan.
The workout plan.
The mindfulness plan. And continuing to train clients at the studio, teaching classes, speaking wherever I can to reach as many women as I can. I want to help.
So it's a whole Jody Fit revolution.
It's really about being that fearless warrior and growing old gracefully and on your own terms, you know, really, and being that authentic you. I like to think of myself as being authentically fearless.
I love it. And now you mentioned before, or maybe it was when we were talking off air,
yes,
that you might be going for Sports Illustrated again. So is that going to be,
yes,
that will be your fearless leap for 2020, one of your many fearless leaps for 2020?
Yes, because in 2020 I turned 60. So I want to be included in the Sports Illustrated 2020 swim issue. Actually, it'll be the 2021 issue as the first 60-year-old woman who's included in the swim issue.
That would be amazing.
I think it would be pretty cool. Yes.
Well, you should definitely go for it. I think
Thank
that would
you.
be great.
Thank you so much.
And so I want to thank you so much for coming. We've learned so much about being fearless and the things you're going to do,
Thank you.
And how other women can do it too. I think that's really the essence of what you're doing, is not just being on camera yourself, being in the New York Post,
It's nothing
but
about
bringing
that.
other women with you on that ride.
And that's exactly, you said it so perfectly. I want to take everybody with me. I want to say, this isn't about me. This is about me trying to help you by writing these different books, but I want to take you along the journey with me. Just like, you know, I've taken my daughters along this journey with me, and hopefully I've empowered them so they know that nothing can ever stop them. And that's what it is. So many women, we need to lift each other up. We need to empower one another. And let's go on this ride, and let's jump out of those boxes. Let's go. Let's do it.
That's great. The epitome of a woman of a certain age.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.